With watchOS 11, Apple added the all-new Vitals app, and it actually looks like the heart rate sensor on the back of the Apple Watch since the Series 6 now, and yes, that was intentional. So Vitals on the Apple Watch launched with watchOS 11, and it consolidates all of your essential health metrics, making it easier to stay on top of your wellness, and you also get alerts if something is out of range. So let's start off about the Vitals app. Now, the Vitals app brings key health data into one place with your insights to heart rate, blood oxygen, respiratory rate, as well as sleep. And Apple has really streamlined the experience, so instead of having to go between apps on your Apple Watch or your health app on your iPhone, it's in this easy to navigate dashboard. It's like having the check engine light on your wrist, which I actually really like. And if you have an Apple Watch Ultra, you can even put it around the bezel on the modular Ultra face, which is just that added touch to keep in tune and in check with your body. Now, one of the sections in the Vital app is the heart rate. So while these Vitals work overnight, as you essentially have to sleep with your Apple Watch, and that's how it'll give you all the data after 7 days, but it does also kind of use some other data throughout the day to calculate all this. So my heart rate is within the typical range. And the whole point of the heart rate in the Vitals app is that it gives you insights to what's going on with your heart, and it'll also make sure with watchOS 11 like signs of AFib or arrhythmia, as well as unusual high or lows, which has been there for a very long time. So it's very nice to have that. Now, the next thing is actually the respiratory rate. And this is something that I actually really like, just because you don't really get this kind of data in such a, unique package, I guess you could say, just right on your wrist. Very easy to understand. And the Apple Watch can measure your blood oxygen levels. So if you don't have blood oxygen, you don't lose out on the features, but you do actually lose out on the blood oxygen app in the Vitals. So now, because this is an Apple Watch from 2024, it actually doesn't have the blood oxygen. It's disabled until Apple settles that patent lawsuit with Massimo. But if you have another Apple Watch that you use for sleep tracking like I do, you actually can bypass this, as it'll still track your blood oxygen and actually even tell you in the Vitals app what your blood oxygen was. But if you're not in the United States, you don't have to worry. So the Vitals app tracking the respiratory rate can help you detect if there's irregular breathing, and also kind of goes hand in hand with the all-new sleep apnea detection that we got with the Ultra 2 and Series 10. And having this all in one place to see and monitor your lung health is very nice, because you can keep that overall tabs. Now, your wrist temperature is something, so you need a Series 8 or later to track the wrist temperature, but it'll tell you if your body temperature is about on average, and Apple kind of says, there may be a discrepancy basically of like 0.3, so anything outside of that range you may want to watch. I know personally, when I got sick a year ago now, my Apple Watch actually caught it before I felt it, so I was able to kind of like mitigate it and shorten the sickness essentially, which was very nice. And the last thing in the Vitals app is the sleep. So sleep duration, it'll essentially tell you if you slept more or less compared to essentially how your previous baseline has been. So you don't get to see what your baseline was, but it'll tell you if you fall out of your vital range or if you exceed your vital range, how that might affect your day. And that's where the next thing of training load comes in. So if you scroll down, you get your training load. Now this ties right into the fitness app on your iPhone and Apple Watch. So as you record your workouts and fitness and all this stuff, you can actually track how intense that workout was and see your progression over the last 28 days. And now this has been a feature that I actually really like having, because I found myself pushing myself more and more because I wanted to log a workout as like a 7 or an 8, whereas normally they might be a 4, 5, or 6. So I find myself going that extra mile to bring it that extra step. But the Vitals app on my wrist has been an absolute game changer for me. So let me know what your thoughts are, because this is absolutely a great feature to have, and we only know that Apple's going to expand on it in the future. So let me know what your thoughts are on the Vitals app down below with a comment. And while you're down there, if you want to hit like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that as well. And I want you to remember that today's a good day to make a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.